Well, I am a lifelong resident of the area and have been interested in stock car racing since we were little kids. Parents used to take us all the time. So it was kind of a natural fit for me, being a car nut, to go out and enjoy the races. And as I got older, came back from college, had some experience in broadcasting, radio broadcasting, and a very good friend of mine by the name of Eric Erickson, who I've known since childhood, invited me to come out and take over the position of announcer at the racetrack. And that was in late May of 1991, and they've been stuck with me ever since.
Nice. And you said you were involved in broadcasting before that?
I have going on 25 years of broadcast experience with radio. Mm-hmm. Have done a little bit of television, some internet webcasting, so very involved with things that area sports, especially high school football and basketball. Mm-hmm. Have done some work with Northland College, so very involved as a play-by-play and a color analyst.
Yeah, I should have got a hold of you a long time ago, huh?
Don't know what good I would have done you at the time. But
yeah, because I've always been interested in broadcasting myself, and
I pride myself on a combination of trying to be very, very professional and try to be very accurate in my delivery, having all my facts or as many facts as I possibly can, but at the same time trying to throw a little tongue-in-cheek in there at the same time to keep things light and to keep it relaxed. We have fun with it. We do this. I'm a true fan, whether it be racing or high school basketball or whatever it is. I'm a true fan, so I'm going to get enthusiastic. I'm going to get excited about it, just like anybody sitting in the stands would.
How long has the Raceway been there?
Well, in its current iteration, the Raceway has actually been here in its current location. Was actually built in the very late 1950s, early 1960s, by the owners of the original owners of the land, which was Frank Brevac and his family. Frank, who ran a local logging company for many, many years, owned the land, and his boy Bob, who was very much involved in car racing, and some of Bob's friends, they wanted a place to kind of race and try some things. Obviously, going out in the streets wasn't very popular, and there were some other racing facilities around the area, but they weren't very progressive or anything like that. So Frank took this little swatch of land out on Butterworth Road and dug himself up a racetrack and built it. And the original dirt that was dug to create the original layout it actually makes up the hillside where the main grandstand bleachers are today. And it's been in that place on that location since, I'm guessing, 1959, 60, 61, somewhere in there. And some folks raced there for a few years. They ran a little club. It worked out well, but after a couple of years, interest waned for a little while, and the location fell into a bit of disrepair. Frank was busy with his business, obviously, and the club really, at that time, the group that was running it just kind of let it slide for a few years. And in 1965, a group of local fans or local people who had been involved originally got together and decided, they wanted to try and revive the facility. And by 1966, they had made Frank an offer on the place to purchase the land from him as a club, purchase the land from him for a very, very nominal fee. I think it was $100 and a handshake, that on the condition that Frank was the only one who was allowed to prepare the racetrack. I think is how it worked. So they had the club, which called itself the Ashland Bayfield County Racing Association, was formed in the mid-1960s, and I believe it was 1966, started holding its first races out there with basically a set of flags, a stopwatch, and about $100 in the checkbook. And it has grown to become one of the most popular short track, dirt track, grassroots type racing facilities in the entire Midwest. A facility with that's has some significantly more value than $100. But one of the most popular sites, drawing upwards of 1,000 to 1,500 fans per night during the regular season, and upwards of 3,000 to 4,000 fans during the season-ending Red Clay Classic race event in late September. It's grown phenomenally under the current people who have been in charge, who've directed and run the place, led by people like Weaver Warrett and Eric Erickson and Kurt Beeksma. I know I'm going to leave some people out, but these were the guys who have been the most active leaders of the facility during my tenure here. And I know there's literally dozens of other people who have donated time and effort and sweat and tears and money and what have you to make the facility what it is today. And today it's a multi-million-dollar facility with it takes up a huge amount of land out in the south of Ashland, and this place hosts some of the best dirt track stock car racing in the entire upper Midwest.
Okay, I have to be honest with you. I have never been to the stock car races. So what could I expect when I go there?
Well, there's I think in my opinion there's a handful of things that this group that we have currently there, the club currently tries to emphasize. Number one, we pay attention to the fans and drivers that are loyal to the facility. So when folks come out, they're going to see a program that isn't all fluff and catering to not so much catering to non-race fans specifically. And I please don't take that the wrong way. Mm-hmm. But we're going to do everything we can to make the place comfortable, make the place welcoming. It's clean, it's safe, it's well organized, not just the facility, but the events. Make sure that when you come to the track, and somebody like yourself, Will, that comes in and they sit down for the first time and they want, okay, what in the world am I going to expect? You're going to see things kind of click off right on cue, ideally. Mm-hmm. You're always going to have the little bumps in the road, of course, but you're going to see a program that's well organized, it's well put together, drivers that are going out there and they're giving it their effort, fans who are both enthusiastic and knowledgeable, and a group of people that work out there that are going to thank you every step of the way for being there. People who are going to appreciate you coming out and spending your hard-earned entertainment dollars at the facility. Because let's be honest with you, for $10, a person can go out and do quite a few things in this area. Now, you're not going to get a lot of entertainment for a $10 bill, mm-hmm. but you can come out to the ABC Raceway on a Saturday night, a beautiful summer Saturday evening. For $10, you can sit down, you can enjoy about 3 to 3.5 hours of fast-paced entertainment, and you can do it with a group of friends. There's a lot of folks that are from the region that are here. You can meet new friends from outside the immediate area. There's folks that come from the Upper Peninsula, come from as far south as Medford, Phillips, Park Falls area, from Spooner, Hayward, from the Twin Ports, many fans from the Twin Ports, from Iron River, from Bayfield, from the northern part of the Bayfield County Peninsula. So you're going to meet folks from all over the region who've all come, and you're going to be able to enjoy a great evening of entertainment for not a lot of money. And it's going to be something it's not just sitting there and getting dirty and watching cars go around and make a lot of noise. There's entertainment involved with it. The drivers are out there. They're putting on a show. They're out there to compete. So you're not just going to see a bunch of guys just banging around and beating on each other and wrecking each other just for spite. I mean, these drivers they've invested a lot of money in their racing equipment, so they're going out there and they're competing. They're out there to make a few dollars. It's not a lot, but it's a paying hobby. Mm-hmm. They're just not going to make a living at it, at this level. Yeah. And as a fan, you're gonna see them put forth a good effort, and you can go out there with friends and enjoy a good. This is a 100% volunteer staff. We enjoy racing, and we want to put on the best possible show for the fans that have come out and spent their hard-earned money to come out and enjoy themselves. Okay, so how do we get out there? The ABC Raceway is located approximately 3 miles south of Ashland, off of Highway 13, and 1 mile west on Butterworth Road. And like we like to say on our pre-race radio show, we're the first racetrack on the left. Okay. Okay. Great. you can come through, down Beezer Avenue to Butterworth Road, and then turn east, and you're just maybe a quarter mile, a half a mile at the most to the racetrack's entrance. And all roads lead there, and you'll enjoy yourself. You'll meet some great friends, and you'll have a wonderful time.
Okay. Well, we have been talking to Nick Gima from ABC Raceway, and I really appreciate your time, Nick.
Oh, my pleasure, Will.